Coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja, I am Sadia Yakubu. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channels 365 and Star Times channels 276. Inspector General of Police Kayode Egbetokun says Nigerian security challenges requires police leaders who can think faster, act smarter and adapt quicker. He said this while declaring open a one-day executive workshop for top commanders of the force in Abuja. Security correspondent Kike Lomo Okere completes the story.
Criminal groups from terrorist networks are becoming more sophisticated, often using technology and cross-border alliance to expand their reach. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, urged commanders to adopt leadership that combines speed with strategy and patience with imagination. The police chief stressed that modern security threats are unpredictable and constantly evolving, requiring foresight, innovation and stronger collaboration.
That is why this team has been carefully chosen to prepare you as leaders to anticipate, to adapt, and to act decisively in an environment where hesitation is costly and speed is survival.
The Inspector General of Police insisted that the workshop must not end as theory, but result in reform that build a more agile, intelligence-driven police force Nigerians can trust.
That is why this team has been carefully chosen to prepare you as leaders to anticipate, to adapt, and to act decisively in an environment where hesitation is costly and speed is survival.
The president of the Society for Peace, Study and Practice pledged support for police reform and called the initiative a major step towards repositioning the force as catalyst for peace and justice.
And today, we are privileged to engage with the top experts of the Nigerian Police Force. Furthermore, during this period, approximately 100 officers have joined SPSP.
And the highest and the level of leadership of the Nigerian police that are engaged civil society and those that have expertise and intervention experiences to help you do your job.
The event drew senior police officers, security experts, and peace practitioners, marking what stakeholders describe as a critical moment for leadership transformation in Nigerian police force. Kike Lomo Okere, Global Television News.
The National Assembly has postponed its planned resumption of plenary sessions by 2 weeks. Both the Senate and the House of Representatives were earlier scheduled to reconvene today, Tuesday, September 23, 2025, after their annual holiday which began in July. In separate notices, the Clerk of the House of Representatives, Dr. Yahaya Danzaria, and the Chief of Staff to the President of the Senate, Chinedu Akubweze, announced that plenary sessions will now resume on Tuesday, October 7, 2025. No official reason was given for the postponement. After months of political tension in Rivers State, Governor Fubara says he has finally reconciled with his predecessor, Nyesom Wike. The peace move follows a private meeting with President Bola Tinubu at the presidential villa. Ramsey Enoch has details.
Governor Fubara, who resumed duty this week after his 6-month suspension was lifted, told State House correspondents that the discussion with the president were like that of a father and a son. He said he briefed President Tinubu on developments in Rivers and received advice to avert future crises. The reconciliation comes just days after President Tinubu ended the state of emergency in Rivers and restored democratic structure.
It's not much, it's father-son discussion, telling him thank you and the areas where, if at all, there should be any issue for him to guide me properly so we don't be in any situation that will bring crisis anymore. That's what he said to me. Nigerians want to know. He advised me on what to do and how to go in their lives. So long as I'm concerned, we have made peace. My Fubara and his principal are working together.
For now, Rivers State appears to be moving past months of a political uncertainty, with hopes for lasting stability. Meanwhile, the president also held separate consultations with other key officials, including the chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum and the Minister of Finance. Ramsey Enoch Agbo reporting for Global TV News.
Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Carlos Adrian, must embrace state police to tackle insecurity more effectively. He also called for support for President Bola Tinubu's economic reforms and push for greater women's representation in Parliament. Aniete Patrick reports.
Speaking to journalists in Abuja after returning from the WTO Inter-Parliamentary Union Conference in Geneva, Carlo described the current centralized police system as inadequate. On the global stage, the Deputy Speaker highlighted Nigeria's role in digital trade discussions and insisted that Africa's priorities must not be left out of next year's WTO Ministerial Conference in Cameroon.
The argument was that there should be a legislative tool, tracking tool, that will enable most of the countries within Africa, in fact the world, to look at how far they have gone with implementing those legislations with regards to this digital trading, track their successes.
Carlo also praised Nigerians for standing with the president through the removal of fuel subsidy and other difficult reforms. He further urged lawmakers to support the reserved seats bill for women, stressing that democracy and economic progress cannot thrive without women in decision-making.
On the exclusive list and what is on the concurrent list, certain subject matters will not be handled by state police, while exclusive matters will be handled by federal police. So if we break it down, set up the structure the way Nigerians want it, and there are things that come naturally to women. Things like the child rights, the women rights, the girl child rights, the welfare, humanitarian issues, certain things ordinarily come, disabilities and all of that.
Carlo also reaffirmed his backing for diaspora voting, but cautioned that Nigeria must first strengthen its electoral system. He maintained that the National Assembly will continue to deploy what he calls legislative diplomacy to address local challenges while ensuring Nigerians' voice is heard globally. Aniete Patrick reporting for Global TV.
The Federal Capital Territory Minister Nyesom Wike has flagged off the construction of access roads ILS-02 and ILS-03 Timipres Silver Street in Mabushi District, linking to the Northern Pathway in Abuja. The project is part of the administration's continued effort to implement its mandates for infrastructural development across the Federal Capital Territory. Kabir Hassan reports.
In line with the administration commitment to restoring the Abuja Master Plan, the project will decongest traffic within Mabushi, link the Northern Parkway, and create easier access to major part of the city center. FCT administration officials says the road network will not only improve mobility but also enhance infrastructure development and attract investment opportunities to the area. The Federal Capital Territory Minister Nyesom Wike says the flag-up will enhance infrastructure and ease connectivity within the city.
To implement what Mr. President, his vision and his mission, and what the Renewed Hope agenda has for the people of Nigeria, and in particular the Federal Capital Territory.
He also expressed appreciation to the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for his continuous support and commitment to infrastructure development in the Federal Capital Territory, assuring that the project will be completed in a period of 18 months, which will carry other infrastructures.
To continue to thank Mr. President for the love, for his commitment to make our city capital to be called a city capital. that before the tenure of Mr. President expires, Abuja will be a different thing. In terms of infrastructure, Abuja will compete with other known cities of the world.
With the flag off of the Mabushi Access Road, the FCT administration hopes to further ease traffic flow and improve development within the nation's capital. Kabir Hassan reporting for Global TV News.
The Department of Federal Capital Territory Administration Development Control, in its effort to tackle insecurity across Abuja, has clamped down hideouts of kidnappers terrorizing Kobe community in Asokoro Extension. Kabir Hassan completes the reports.
The hideout of the suspected kidnappers who have been terrorizing residents of Kobe and Makaranta communities in Asokoro Extension area of Abuja Municipal Area Council has been demolished by the security operatives from the Federal Capital Development Authority, FCDA. The operation carried out as part of a broader effort by the FCT administration to rid the city of criminal elements and reclaim public spaces. Speaking at the site, the Director of Development Control at the FCDA, Mukhtar Galadima, revealed that the hideout has become a base of criminals, revealing that a security operative was recently killed in the area by suspected kidnappers.
Our purpose is to clear this forest, which has become an ungoverned space. We recall about a week ago there was a report of kidnap, and the kidnappers were traced to this place. In an effort to recover or to retrieve the people that were kidnapped, one of the vigilante officers lost his life. So that's why this morning we want to make sure that all trees are brought down.
Galadima also noted that the operation will not only limit itself, but will go around all FCT suspected hideouts to clamp them down.
We are not limiting the exercise to the city center. We are going around and beyond the city center.
With the operation now ongoing, residents of Kobe and neighboring Makaranta communities express relief at the development, but urge the government to take further steps to ensure long-term safety in the area by establishing a permanent security outpost to tackle the menace of kidnapping and other criminal activities. Kabir Hassan reporting for Global TV News.
Former National Chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, has assured Nigerians of the commitment of President Bola Tinubu to end security threat prevailing in parts of the country. To complement these efforts, special prayers have been offered by the Ganduje Foundation in Kano. Global television correspondent Idris Jibril sent in these reports.
Alongside senior religious scholars, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje says the prayer session is also for the peaceful coexistence and religious tolerance among Nigerians.
We all pray, all political parties are requested to pray for peace and stability of this country, because the peace, we are all beneficiaries for peace and stability in this country.
The occasion also featured the administration of the Shahada to 280 new converts under the Ganduje Foundation.
To Allah zai biya wannan bukata. Idan Allah ba zai biya wannan bukatar ba, ba zai baka iko ka daga hannu ba. Amma san da duk ka daga hannu, tabbatar Allah zai biya maka bukatar ka.
The former chairman of the APC assured them of the foundation's support under its economic and social empowerment program.
It's not by force at all. It is through dialogue. It's only when they agree. If they don't agree, they have their own right and remain in the condition which they decide to find themselves.
Each of them also received Islamic books to guide them on the theories and practice of Islam.
The National Youth Service Corps says the 2025 Batch B Stream 2 orientation course will commence nationwide on Wednesday, September 24, 2025, across all orientation camps, according to a statement issued via its official Facebook page on Monday. The scheme said registration will run until midnight on Friday, September 26, while swearing-in ceremony is scheduled for the same day. It added that the 3-week exercise will end with a closing ceremony on Tuesday, October 14, 2025. Edo State Governor Monday Okpebholo has approved appointment of Professor Eunice as Vice Chancellor of Ambrose Ali University, Epuma. A statement by Secretary to Edo State Government, Musa, said Prof was picked from 3 names recommended to the governor by the Governing Council of the university. The appointment is with immediate effect. Meanwhile, Kano State Governor Abba Kabir has made minor changes to his cabinet and senior service position to improve governance and service delivery. A statement released by the governor's spokesperson, Sanusi Bature, says the reshuffle affected key ministries including Justice, Transport, Environment and Humanitarian Affairs. Governor Yusuf directed that the affected officials to hand over to the most senior officers in their ministries and complete the process by Tuesday, September 23. You're watching the live broadcast of Midday News. When Midday News returns, foreign exchange reserves hit $42 billion, highest in 6 years. Details coming shortly, plus foreign and sports stories on the other side of this break. Please stay with us. Welcome back from that short break. Business news. Speaker House of Representatives Tajuddin Abbas says President Bola Tinubu has assured the National Assembly that all government borrowings under his watch will be sustainable, transparent and targeted at all development. He was speaking at the opening of the 8th Annual African Network of Parliamentary Budget Offices conference in Abuja. The speaker stressed that the House firmly backs the president's approach to loan-based development and economic reforms after earlier comments on Nigeria's rising debt profile. National Assembly correspondent